The Radio Wammo Breakfast.
Bond does Deutschland. It's Kirsty Bond in Germany.
Indeed, it is Kirsty Bond in Germany. Today, hello to you, Kirsty.
Hi there, good morning. How are you?
Very well, and good evening to you, of course, as well. Kirsty, it's been a couple of weeks since we spoke to you. In that intervening time, the World Cup has kicked off. I'd imagine it would be high fever time over there.
Yes, indeed. It's definitely noticeable as you walk down the streets. You can see German flags hanging out the windows and German flags attached to people's cars as they drive past. They certainly take their football seriously over here. And yes, World Cup fever is all around. And no doubt they'll be expecting to win, I'd say. Well, they're hoping for it. Yes, they are. Actually, I was watching a game in an outdoor screen in an outdoor cafe on the weekend. It was Italy versus New Zealand, and I think I must have been the only New Zealander there. Well, apart from the two people I was with who were also New Zealanders, but we were sort of very over-dominated by the Italian presence. And what a time to be a New Zealander in that situation as well, with the result from that game. Was there? What's been the reaction over there from people that you know? Are they like, hang on, where does this All Whites team come from? What's going on here? Well, exactly, yeah. And the German commentary was, I couldn't understand the whole thing, but they were very shocked at how well we were doing and saying, little old New Zealand. And yeah, I've had a few comments from people quite surprised that we managed to hold out in that game. Yeah. And a couple of weeks ago, there was the Eurovision contest as well. Tell us about that. Yeah, so the Eurovision contest has been around for years now. It first started being broadcast in 1956, and it's one of the longest running television programs in the world. So it's basically a big song contest for all the European nations, which has a reputation for being extremely cheesy, and a lot of people do cringe and they don't really like it, but still everybody watches it despite that. Yeah. And actually this year Germany won it. So that was the first time that they'd won in 28 years, and it was a real surprise, actually, because, I don't think they normally do too well in the contest. So they won with a 19-year-old little pop star who's basically, she reminds me of Lily Allen, actually. She sings in a Cockney English accent, and so she had this catchy tune. In Eurovision, actually, you don't vote for your own country, you can only vote for other countries. So I think probably having English lyrics might help in that sense, because there's probably more people who can potentially understand the song and find it catchy. So this girl called Lena, she won the contest a few weeks ago, and now that World Cup fever has taken hold here in Germany, a group of students have taken the song and they've transformed it into like a World Cup anthem. They've changed the words from English to German, and it's basically a big support anthem for the German national team. And not only did they make the song, but they made like a video clip to go along with it, which is basically just a bunch of guys munting around in a park, playing vuvuzelas and waving German flags. Yeah. And the main singer's kind of dressed up like the original pop star. I've got a tiny wee clip of it here. So this is the remake. Yes, indeed. So it started going viral on the internet, and people really liked it because, you know, it was supporting the German team and everything. And then EMI decided that it was an infringement of copyrights and pulled it. And it didn't take long before Facebook and Twitter campaigns started up saying, bring back this, it's called Schland, oh Schland, which is short for Deutschland. Oh Deutschland. I see. Bring back this Schland song. Yeah. And it didn't take long before the record companies realized that they could make a bit of a buck out of it, and they did a bit of a deal with the guys who made the song, and now they've released it as a single. So that's interesting. So the record company initially upset that it was all copied and rehashed and redone, and then suddenly have seen the benefit and perhaps the dollar signs in it. Yeah, exactly. And because, I mean, it's not like these guys are going to go on to have a musical career or anything. It just happened to be good timing for them with the World Cup, and it's just really captured the spirit of the moment, I guess. It's had about 2 million views on YouTube so far.
Wow. And I suppose that would only be sort of, German appeal. So that's 2 million German views, no doubt.
Yeah, exactly. It's not really appealing to anyone else because they can't understand the lyrics. So, yeah, it's definitely a German thing.
Yeah. And the Vuvuzela, huge over there?
I heard actually that they've banned them at some public viewings, public screenings of the games.
Right.
I'm not sure exactly why. Probably a health hazard. They like to enforce rules over here.
Yeah.
Actually, it cracked me up because when we were watching the Eurovision contest, we happened to be at like a city festival, and we were watching it on this big screen, and all of a sudden it struck 11 o'clock, which is curfew time, so the sound levels have to come down, and they just cut the sound of this song competition, and we're all just standing there watching a song competition in silence. And so they were tallying up all the votes on the screen, and that process took about 15 minutes, and it was all in silence, and you could see Germany's votes going up and up and up, and everyone was cheering every time they went up, but
they couldn't hear what was
sound
going
because
on.
It was too late, yeah.
Classic. Thanks so much, Kirsty, for keeping us informed about the World Cup and musical developments in that part of the world. Cheers.
Okay, catch you later.